What is good, my ninjas? It is your boy Yinko coming at you with another video. And yes, I am finally playing Outriders. Holy crap, I was able to get on the servers because they're so trash. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about, nope, not the weapon. We are talking about the mods. Frozen 2 Crematorium. Devastating combo. Devastating. You got Frozen, which freezes the enemy every 4 seconds. That's Frozen 2. I think it's like every 8 seconds with Frozen 1. And then you have Crematorium. Now, if you don't know Crematorium, Crematorium is whenever you kill an enemy, the ash effect goes to surrounding enemies within a 7-meter radius. Devastating. Devastating. Like, just super good. Makes controlling mobs so good. Definitely good on the fodder and definitely good on bosses. I mean, of course, it lasts maybe like 2 seconds, but still good. That's enough time to get you out of a sticky situation. Now, I'm talking about these two perks just because I've been using it, especially this weapon. I've been using it since around like the mid, say like around the teens. And at the time, I really didn't read Crematorium when this gun dropped for me. And so I was like, I need something to be able to immobilize enemies just so I can be able to get out of a sticky situation. So I put Frozen on there. Not even thinking about it. When I read it, I was like, ooh, well, I remember Fresh telling me about how good Ash was. And so I was like, okay. So as I'm killing them, like I'm seeing the Ash effect hit them, and I'm like, holy crap, this is really good. So of course I went deeper with this, and I wind up unlocking the mods Ash and Boost and Ash Cleaner. Holy crap. So Ash and Boost boost damage to enemies affected by Ash, I think by 20%, if I'm not mistaken. And Ash Cleaner critical hits puts about 9,000 damage, if I'm not mistaken, on enemies affected by Ash. Super good. Really good. Now, if I could find, if there was a mod that can spread Crematorium or the Ash effect even wider, oh my god. Oh my god. I mean, it's just how good this combo is. It doesn't even speak volumes. Like, it's good for solo play. It's good for team play. Like, it's fantastic for team play. Just because, especially if you're running on a higher tier type deal and you're trying to, control mobs, like, it's just really good at crowd controlling. It's fantastic at crowd controlling, and it's even better if you have other people shooting at the things that you're shooting at. And if they're also running Ash and Boost, I mean, you're just practically melting like the fodder. But what I really wanted to talk about is just how good this combo is, because just the combo and the guns are really good, but adding those two, well, technically, I just unlocked Frozen Boost, which boosts damage to enemies frozen, I think by 20% as well. I mean, it's almost not even fair, especially just with the recent nerfs that they did to the class-specific rounds. You need a replacement. You need a replacement, and why not with two mods that are within the game that you can for sure have access to consistently and not just kind of time gated. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Twisted Rounds and stuff, I didn't particularly care for Twisted Rounds when I was using it as a Trickster, but just having Frozen and just the Crematorium just do its job. I was thinking of putting Ash rounds too whenever I unlocked it, in replacement of Frozen, but I'm kind of on the fence. Once I get it, I'm on the fence about it still, but it's just really good. It's just so good. And if I could find a weapon that was better than the current weapon that I have, I would use that. But unfortunately, finding a weapon that has crematorium, the second tier at the bottom, is going to be really hard. It's going to be a lot of grinding. But if I can find something that has that, best believe your boy is going to be using that weapon and replace the first perk with Frozen. Now, of course, I do have some mods that are specific to the abilities that I use, but I mean, mainly I just use my guns, you know, to kill. So that's kind of just what I've been doing, and it's been helping me. Like, as you can see in this gameplay, it's just so good. It just freezes them in place, just completely stops them in their tracks, especially, you know, the small, I'd say to medium range enemies. Well, I don't want to say range as in distance, but range as in like the small tier to mid to almost top tier. Now, once you get into bosses, it doesn't last as long, but it's still good, especially if you have fodder around them. Kill the fodder, it freezes them, you put some damage in them, easy day. You feel me? So I'm just, I don't know. I'm just incredibly happy with this combo, with this build that I've been working on. Just because it's just so good. It's just so good. It melts so fast, just with the damage boost that you get from the 3 perks, and it's just fantastic. It's fantastic to use and expeditions, and hopefully at least in solo play. I haven't been able to use it in as far as team play in expeditions, but if I can get the chance to, I will try my luck at that. But I'm pretty sure there's other builds that are probably just as good, if not better. But if you find yourself getting a gun that dropped with crematorium, I would say keep it. If it's decent, keep it and run with it. And if the first mod on it is trash, replace it with something else. You don't need to replace crematorium. Crematorium is just so good, so good. I would probably say, I mean, if you want, you can run with a toxic build. You can run with the toxic rounds, or you can run with burn or weakness, which would probably make it even worse. But the only problem is that you wouldn't be able to freeze them in place until you actually killed them. So if you're running on a higher tier, it's going to be a little bit harder to be able to do that. That's why I run Frozen, just because Frozen freezes them in place, and you know, you could just kind of go to town on them. But I think that's going to be it. I don't want to talk too much. I kind of described, you know, what these mods do, how good they are, and what they can be used for, at least in my opinion. I haven't thought of a name for them yet, or at least for the build yet. So if you have any suggestions, put it down in the comment section below. I'll be looking at those. If you have any other questions on possible, you know, on a possible enhancement of the build, or if you have any suggestions on enhancing the build, please put it down in the comment section below. I'm open to suggestions. I'll definitely try it out. I'll record it for you guys, and you know, show you how good it is, or you know, how either good or bad it is. But I'll let y'all watch the rest of this. This is only tier 1 expedition. I didn't want to put it too high. I mean, as you can see, I had just reached, or I'm not even at 30 yet. I was only at 29, so they're 2 levels above me, which isn't anything crazy. But I definitely wanted to kind of just show the power within the build that I've created. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more Outriders and more crazy builds that I'm going to be trying to create. Alright, peace out my ninjas.
Gates open. Whoa. The pack sure knew how to impress. Tiago, the monument's clear. I got the pod.
You did it, Outrider. And Gang's fighters are on the run. For the time being.